Welcome back to school. My name is Mr. Wick. I'll be your 7th grade social studies teacher this year, or your child's 7th grade social studies teacher this year. This video is designed to help kind of walk through what we do the first day in class, kind of go over our major units of study, go over my rules and expectations for the year. This is also going to be the first in a series of videos I'll be putting on my webpage throughout the year, so if ever you have questions, comments, or concerns, it's a great place to go to see what we did in class that day or that week. We'll put as many videos up as we can throughout the year. But as we go through, we're going to talk today about our first major units of study in this school year. The year is broken in kind of into 2 semesters. The first semester is going to be all about the 3 branches of government in our United States Constitution. We'll begin the year by talking about different types of government, the different ocracies: theocracy, democracy, oligarchy, anarchy, and we'll look at the decisions our forefathers had to make. After that, we'll get into the creation of our Constitution, the different plans our forefathers came up with before they settled on the Constitution. It has hung with us now since 1789. After we get the framework for our Constitution down, we'll get into the 3 branches of our government: the legislative branch, run by Congress; the executive branch, run by the President of the United States of America; and the judicial branch, which is run by the Supreme Court. Once we get through those, we're going to look at the rest of the Constitution, the amendments to the Constitution, the add-ons. The first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, and the last 17, known as just regular amendments, so amendments 11 through 27. We'll look at their historical relevance, we'll look at how they're used today, and hopefully give the kids a better view of what our government actually does. That will take us pretty well into January, at which time we'll shift gears and we'll get into economics. We'll do a small, quick unit on the stock market so the kids can talk about investing their money, where we'll look at personal banking, CDs, that's certificate of deposits, money markets, and playing the stock market a little bit. We'll also get into personal finances. Kids will have a ledger and they'll have to budget their month, pay the car payment, pay the insurance, pay the house or rental payments, pay the water bill, pay the phone bill. Hopefully at that point they'll come up with a much better appreciation for things moms and dads do for them. We'll also take a closer look at entrepreneurship, how to start businesses, and how businesses come up with prices. These are all part of the economics unit that will take us into June. But I want to make you aware of some of the classroom rules that I have as well today. First off, we have the school-wide PBIS, be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. There's a matrix for this. It's on the back wall of my classroom. If you're interested in getting a picture or a copy of it, let me know. We'll see if we can get it to you. Again, it just kind of goes over things, what kids need to do to make sure they are respectful, responsible, and safe in our building. My own personal rules: big on entering the classroom. Walk in. Please don't come running in, I ask the kids. Have your voices remain normal. We don't want anyone yelling. And please make sure you have whatever you need for class. Usually if we're going to throw a curveball at you and I ask you to bring something special along, I'll have a note on the door early in the morning. And being on time for me means being in your seat, not running and putting a foot in the door and saying, "I'm here." If you're late, bring a pass, and don't mess with other people's stuff. At the end of the class, please stay seated until I tell you it's okay for you to go. Also, know your assignment. That is your responsibility. Your assignment can be found a couple of different places. As you walk in, it's going to be on the whiteboard in the front of my room. It will also be on the homework link line, which you can find on the school's website. Please use that. And if all else fails, moms and dads, shoot me an email. Most of my assignments are going to be right on my school webpage. Not just the assignment and name, but actually the file to have you go over things. And again, we'll have these videos to show you the presentations from classes. I'll try and get that up almost every day. If we do have work time in class, I want you to be active in what we're doing. I don't care about how the Titan football team or how the soccer team did that weekend at that time. We have time between classes to talk about that, and I'd love to hear those stories, but yes, let's not use work time to do that. I also have my own personal rules that kick in. Please put your full name and hour in the upper right-hand corner of every assignment. That way, I can sort your work out, especially if you just leave it on my desk if it's late. Please make sure you have those for me. All work should be done in blue and black ink. I can also take number 2 pencil. Please don't write in red ink, green ink. Those are reserved for me. And please don't use gel pens. Mr. Wick's getting a little bit old. Hard to see those things. If you're gone, a lot of kids are worried about their absent work. School rules say that you have 1 day for each day you miss to turn in your assignments. I have my own policy, and that is I want your work done as soon as you can get it done. I understand if you're gone from school for a long period of time, you may be behind a lot of places. Come see me. We can work something out. If I'm giving a homework assignment, I value it. I believe it's important. Therefore, whatever it takes to get it done to make sure you're caught up. I'm not going to hold steady to 1 day. I'd rather have time to work with you on it. So if you're absent, please just come see me. We can work on some things together. Tests, another area a lot of kids are concerned about. If you don't do well on a test, or if you're not a great test taker, come see me. We can set things up. If you don't do well on the test, you'll see when you come into class, I have a large calendar pad on my desk. We'll put your name on the calendar, pick the date, we'll have you come and retake it. If need be, you can also take a test orally. Some kids don't write tests very well. I'm interested that you know the information. If you could explain things to me, I'm comfortable grading you out. The grading scale is pretty standard, 90, 80, 70, 60. In class, remember your actions will affect others. If you walk in with a bad attitude and you mouth off and I have to send you out or we have to have a situation with a problem, it affects the whole class. Be respectful of everyone around you. And I always have the opportunity to add more rules whenever I want. There's what I call my big 6, things I think every kid should kind of know. Share those with you now, me and my good buddy there. Be on time. Get to class before it begins. Don't hang out in the hallway. If you need to use the bathroom, don't come to class. Say, Mr. Wick, I want to use the bathroom now just before the bell rings. Just go. When you get back, we can deal with it. If you've gone a lot, you do that way too often, then you'll start making a lot of time up, and we'll have to follow the PBIS guidelines for being late to class. Once in a while, I will understand. Pay attention in class. Like it or not, you have to be here. You're only 12 to 13 years old. Where else are you going to be? You are responsible for any information we go over in class. If you're not sure, come see me. We go over it again. It'll be on here. And besides, almost everything these days is on a test. Be positive. We all make mistakes. If you look right here, I've got an extra dot on my screen already. There's one mistake I've made. Don't waste time making fun of other people's mistakes. You don't have to point them out. Chances are if someone makes a mistake, they know it. They don't need us making fun of them for it. It's okay to laugh, but make sure you're not laughing at somebody. Ask questions. I expect you to ask if you don't know. If you go home and it's the end of the day and mom and dad ask you what you did in class, and you say, well, we covered this economic and I don't understand it. If you didn't ask me, I can't help you. Please ask. If you want to know why we're studying something, ask that as well. I'll give you the best possible answer I can give. And see the big picture. So often kids come to class and just worry about, oh my Lord, it's Tuesday. What are we going to do? Well, see the big picture. You're here trying to get schools now so you can be successful later in whatever you choose to do. High school, college, your job, whatever. Your job is just kind of get some skills. Do the work, have the fun. If you work hard when it's time to work, you get all the work done, we don't have missing assignments, there's time to use the information to not just play games, but to take it even further. So if you use your time efficiently and effectively, we'll find a way to do other things. Then in class, we spend the rest of the day talking about the seating chart, handing out the assignment notebooks in the first hour. I'll talk to the kids about joining sports and specifically basketball, which I had coached for 26 years here. Also point at my webpage. If you're seeing this video, chances are you found my webpage. My webpage will be a source of all sorts of information throughout the year. Please use it. And then I'm going to practice names. My goal is to have everybody's first name, at least, and hopefully last name as well, by the end of the first week of school. It's a daunting task, but I believe it's really important to get to know everyone's name. Again, if you watched the video today, thank you very much. I'm always open to comments. If you have concerns, please touch base with me. You can email me at wicjoh@easttroy.k12.w.us, wi.us, that would be. or give me a call at 262-642-6740. I'm extension 4252. If you have ideas to make my videos more fun or want to jump in the videos, let me know. We can find jobs for everybody. Other than that, happy first day of school. Hopefully we'll send the kids home tired. Tomorrow we can jump right in with work. Have a great night, everybody.